Hey guys, this is Okie Girl 1981. This is my first how-to custom video. I've gotten lots of questions on my Facebook page and my DeviantArt account on how I go about making or prepping my customs. So today's video is going to be how to prep a G4 or Friendship is Magic pony for a custom. I have an Applejack here, so I'm just going to go over how I prep her. Things you'll need: the pony, of course, a pair of scissors, pure acetone. Some people, they try and use nail polish remover. I don't recommend it, mostly because it won't strip all the color off the pony. It'll just smear the symbol around and you're just left with a big old nasty mess, so don't even mess with it. An X-Acto knife, Q-tips, pair of scissors, and a pair of needle nose pliers. I like these because they're lockable. I can cram them up in there, grab a wad of pony hair, lock them, twist it, yank it. They're awesome. And a coffee cup of boiled water. The G4 heads are a little hard to get off, so I use the boiled water just to soften up the plastic enough to be able to rip them off. It doesn't hurt the pony in any way, it just makes them squishy and easier to work with. So first step is I'm going to strip her bald. Some people like to save the pony hair. I generally don't, but Applejack actually has Dolly Hair's lemonade hair for her color, which is what I use on my Derpy customs. So since Dolly Hair is out of lemonade and it'll be a few months before they get any in, I'm actually going to try and save at least her mane and of course the tail. So when you're cutting, you're going to want to get as close to the scalp as possible. It'll make it easier to rip that hair out. So we're just going to, well, if she'd cooperate, cut the hair off. And set that to the side. Normally I'd cut the tail off right there at the base and throw it away, but again, I'm saving it. So I've got my coffee cup of water, and I'm just going to place her head down in the water for just a few minutes. You do want to be careful because, again, that's boiling water. You don't want any burns. So you're not going to leave her in there forever. Again, just long enough to, see, make this plastic real soft and easy to deal with. I do always keep a sheet of wax paper down just to catch any, nasty stuff, drips, paint, whatever. And then the easiest way I found to get the head off is to turn her head around so she's looking at her behind, and then just work it off. And like I said, the G4s are a little hard to get off. There we go. And I'm just going to put her head in to soften it up, to soften up the glue on the inside, make it easy to get my pliers up in there and easy to rip that hair out. As you can see, the G4s have this stupid little neck plug up in there. They're a pain in the butt to get out. The easiest way that I've found to deal with it is, again, dunk her in the water. Then we're going to reach in, grab her head, and just go to town, ripping all that hair out. That wasn't very much, was it? Again, reaching up in there, grabbing a hold of it, locking it, twisting it, pulling it out. And this looks like it's going to take a while, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, rip out the rest of her hair, and then I'll come back and show you how I get the plug out. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I now have a bald pony. Oops. So we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to move on to tackling that dreaded neck plug. So she's been sitting in there. This plastic's nice and squishy and soft. So I'm just going to pull her out. I have an old towel here that I'm going to kind of dry her off on. The neck plugs are pretty well glued in there, so the best way I've found of tackling them is to take an X-Acto knife. You're going to be very careful with that, of course. I usually just kind of start, you can see there's the hard plastic part of the neck plug and then the squishy pony plastic, so I just usually start right in there in between them and just very carefully just starting to cut around them. And so you want to take your time, do it nice and slow, because you don't want to cut into the actual body part of the pony. So, and you also want to be very careful with that X-Acto knife blade, because believe me, I've cut myself several times and they're not fun. So as you can see, it's starting to separate it. And just setting her in the boiling water for a few minutes makes that plastic around the body soft. It makes it so much easier to work with. So again, just kind of cutting, pulling, seeing where you can work it in at without actually getting into the actual pony plastic. Just taking it real slow. And I believe we're done. Yep. I usually like to leave the front part of the plug attached, so I can just flip it in and out like this. And when I'm ready to reattach the head to the body, I just put some crazy glue around it, tuck it back in there, glue it back in. So now that we've got the body open, we can reach in with our needle nose pliers, find the tail, and voila, pull it out. And I'll set that over there because, again, I'm saving that. And there's also, very important, you want to make sure you reach up in there and get that metal washer out. Throw that away. Now that we've got the body taken apart, the next step is going to be stripping her. Don't need that, so we can set that over to the side. I usually use cotton balls, but surprise, found out I was out of them today, so we're just going to be using paper towel, and again, 100% pure acetone. Strip that color off, no problems. So we're just going to put a little on our rag and wipe. Ta-da! She's no longer Applejack. G4s also have this little code here on the bottom of their feet. I just like to wipe that off too. Set her over to the side. They have white painted hairline guides. Again, don't need those. So we're just going to take those off as well. You want to be careful when you're using the acetone. You'll strip everything as far as paint goes. So we're just going to strip that. And another paper towel. Oop, pony eye's gone. And then you can see where it's got a little bit up there, so we're just going to give her one final wipe down with the acetone, just to make sure that there's nothing left. And get it all off. A little stubborn there. And congratulations, there you go. You have one fully prepped G4 pony ready to be made into whatever you can dream up. I do recommend, since we are using the acetone on her, that you give her a real good scrubbing in some dish soap, just to make sure that all the traces of the acetone is gone off of her. And that's about it. Next step would be actual rehairing, which will be my next video. And then, of course, the painting and design. So I'll see you then. Thank you.